Hi, guys. How are you? I hope you're good. I hope you're good. Okay, so let's go into what I think about people who say, well, you are single until you're married, honey. He didn't put a ring on it. Let me tell you what I think about that. Got my foot caught, so bear with me. I think that's bogus bullshit. No nice way to put it. I think that's totally bogus. Um, unless you are in an open relationship and you talked about it and you both agreed, okay? You are in a relationship with someone and you're exclusive, provided you all discuss that too, because you might think you're exclusive and your partner is having too much fun on the side. So this is where communication comes in. Are we going to be seeing each other exclusively, you know, or whatever the case may be? If a person wants to be with you long term or they're developing stronger feelings for you, hopefully they will communicate that to you and let you know, hey, I know we're exclusive, but I could see a future with you. I don't know how you feel about that, but I could see a future with you. These are things that need to be communicated, okay? Because that could be an excuse for people to cheat. Well, ain't no ring on it, honey. I ain't married. Well, there's a lot of people that are married that still act single, so the ring on it don't mean nothing. Apparently, that don't mean shit. But in a normal, loyal, faithful, healthy relationship, not toxic relationship, you discuss where you are. And let's say you're dating, all right? I think an unfair question to ask somebody is, are you dating other people? And then you cop an attitude if they say yes, because y'all are not exclusive. Y'all are only seeing each other. You haven't discussed, hey, how do you feel about being in a relationship? I really want to be exclusive with you. Unless those words are spoken, you're only casually dating and the person hasn't made their feelings clear. So in a situation like that, you're free to date other people. They're free to date other people because y'all are not in a relationship. You're just dating, and you're not necessarily dating with the idea of a relationship, not necessarily, unless again it's verbalized. So once you verbalize it and you're in a solid relationship and the person wasn't, or you both want a future with each other, then you're leaning towards long-term dating, engagement, and then married and that kind of thing. But for people to say you married until you're single until you married, that's bullshit. That's an excuse to cheat. That's an excuse to go out with other people. But communication is the key to everything. And unless you communicate, hey, I don't mind if you see other people. I'm seeing other people. Some people do that and they're okay with it. Guys get their egos hurt. So they're like, what do you mean you're seeing other people? Don't bring your ego into this, okay? Don't. Because if you want that person exclusively, you need to tell them that. I'm decided that I really don't want to date other people. I want to date you exclusively. How do you feel about that? Do you see how important communication is? See how crucial communication is? Because if there's no communication about that, there's no discussion about that, no proper communication, then not only are there thoughts in people's heads that aren't accurate, but they could take those thoughts and run clear across the football field with that, and they're dead wrong because their initial thought was wrong, and all the thoughts that followed were wrong. That's why you have to talk about it. That's why you have to communicate. That's why you have to agree to be on the same page. So there's no room for error, And there's no room of, oh, well, I thought, no, 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 no. No, you discussed it. This way, if you decide to do something left field, that person can always say later, that's not what we talked about. That's not what we had discussed. I thought we were going to be exclusive. What do you mean you're going out with somebody else? Now, narcissistic monsters, they will agree to be exclusive with you. Well, no. They want your exclusivity to direct towards them, but they don't want to be faithful to you. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. It sucks. That's why I'm single, because I'm not going to deal with toxic. Anyway, so once you discuss it, you're exclusive, because if your partner truly has feelings for you, forget marriage right now. We're just dating, right? If your partner has strong feelings for you, they're going to be with you only. I don't care if Halle Berry walked in the room. I don't care if, oh, what's the lady that played Wonder Woman? Lynda Carter? I don't care if she walked in the room. I don't care who walked in the room. I don't care if they walked in the room butt ass naked. Your partner's going to be like, you look good, I ain't going to lie, you fine as hell, but please put your clothes on because I'm in love with somebody else. I know I'm being old-fashioned and stupid right now. Oh well, let's be stupid for a change. Let's go 1800s mentality where people respected other people. But anyway, it needs to be communicated. It definitely needs to be communicated so you're on the same page. Because I've heard people say, guys, say, well, she's just my friend. And I remember having this conversation with a guy, and I said, well, are you intimate with her? He said, yeah. I said, well, then y'all are more than friends. I said, I don't know what kind of friends you have, but I don't sleep with my friends. Okay? We're not on that page. We're friends. So you're either friends, you're dating, you're exclusively dating, you have an open relationship, you're engaged, or you're married. Don't be trying to add extra things to it. Well, I ain't married. If you can't commit, then you need to tell them that too. We talked about this in a previous video. If you just want to, everybody is your sexual playground and you're unable to commit, then don't commit. And don't try to lead that person to believe that you're exclusive with them, pretending you're exclusive when you know damn well that that's not how you are, that's not how you roll. Because one day somebody's not going to take your shit. One day, okay? One day, this is for toxic people. One day, the dirt that you have done your whole stinky life will come back and bite you on your ass. And you can't be a victim and you can't be a baby and go, goo goo gaga, I can't believe my life is falling apart. Look at the dirt that you do. Of course your life is falling apart. You didn't think your time would run out on that? Duh. So the exclusivity should not be a one-sided deal. Okay? You try to convince them to be exclusive with you while you play in the field. That's not, no. And then what'll happen is your little secrets, what you've done in the dark, will come to light, especially if somebody catches an STD and they were faithful. They know that your ass, that's proof that you were stepping out. So your body will tell your secrets. Keep on playing. Keep playing. So, yeah, I don't buy into that. I don't buy into that. Another thing, which is off topic, but I'm going to go there because that's another stupid thing that people say. White people came up with one drop black, you black. And they ain't got nothing to do with relationships, but this is just something that's on my mind that people feed into, and it's incorrect. It's bogus. One drop black, you're black. Bullshit and triple layers of bullshit. If you are black and Italian, you are black and Italian. Period. If you are Greek and German, you're Greek and German. If you're from Greece, you're Greek and German. Okay? If you are, I don't know, Jamaican and black, you're Jamaican and black. all brown people are not black. A lot of black people think that. Well, you brown, so you black. Do you know anything about geography? Because if you knew about geography, you would know that there's many, many, many countries around the world. Okay? Many countries around the world, many ethnicities. There's people that are my complexion who are Egyptian. I'm not Egyptian, but they're my shade. They're not black. They consider themselves Egyptian. And some people get really offended because you trying to squeeze them into a box and force them into a box that they don't belong in. If somebody's Jamaican, they don't want to be called black. They want to be called Jamaican because they're from Jamaica. Their family, their ancestors, everybody's from Jamaica. They are Jamaican. Stop trying to force people to be in a box they don't want to be in, because that's the box you feel like putting them in. And whatever white person said that, one drop black, you black, they have no idea what they're talking about, and they're trying to brainwash the black community. Do not fall into that. That person's white. They don't know the first thing about color. Okay? They don't know the first thing about ethnicities. All they know is their little white world, and they don't have no clue what they're talking about. Somebody that would say something that damn stupid and that damn ignorant. If your mom is Italian and your dad is black, how do you think your mom would feel if you said, well, I'm black? When people could clearly look at you and know there's something else in there, and you going to deny, deny, deny. So you're basically flipping a bird to your mom and her ethnicity. You flipping a bird. Well, my mom's Italian, but whatever, I'm black. No, you ain't. You're black and Italian. You're Blatalian. I'm just kidding. I'm being silly right now. But no, seriously. You are Italian and black. Scientifically speaking, you are your mama and your daddy both. Or do I gotta explain the birds and the bees to some people? Birds and the bees get together. Boom, boom, boom. Genetics. Everything intermingles. And then here you come. Italian and black. Both parents, both genes are inside your bloodline. That's the way it rolls. So that don't have nothing to do with relationships, but it just has to do with people spreading this mythology and then people running with that and adopting that mentality when the original person who said that didn't know what in the hell they were talking about. They had no clue. They had no freaking clue. So anyway, I'll find a little tangent there. But I just would like to see where true love comes back. We make a comeback. True love comes back. Respect in relationships come back. We're not talking about toxic people because they're a lost cause. Unless they went to therapy like Ben Taylor and Lee Hammock. I say this all the time. Lee is going into 7 years of psychotherapy. And he has restored his marriage. He's restored his relationship with his children because he's a mature adult. He's not a narcissistic child where goo goo gaga, everybody's picking on me, the victim mentality, which is so disgusting. Ugh, barf. Ugh, that's not cute. That's not cute. He's not a baby wearing diapers and sucking his thumb. He actually decided to be a mature adult and go into therapy and correct the wrongs. Is he always going to be a narcissist? Yes. Because it's a personality disorder. But he's learned positive ways to communicate, more effective ways to communicate. And he's restored his marriage and restored his relationship with his children and restored his relationship with friends. And he's doing very well with his life. So that's what therapy does for you. Makes you a better person all the way around. And it makes people able to tolerate you better and to love you more because you have taken it upon yourself to become a bigger, better person. So, but yeah, I like to see real feelings come back. I like to stop seeing the spreading of diseases everywhere because people can't control themselves. They have no self-control. And, promiscuity, whether it's men or women, doesn't have anything to do with you so hot that you have to have it or you're just going to drop dead and have a cardiac arrest. It doesn't have nothing to do with that. It has to do with validation. And for men, it's an ego thing. And for some women, it's an ego thing too. You know, all the people that they bang, it's like bragging rights. That's gross. That's not cute. You spread diseases. You are a human petri dish. That's nasty. Ew. You know, and I told you I read in a news article that STDs are on the rise. Well, duh. I could have told you that. People are promiscuous. So I would really like to see true love come back. I would really like to see people care about someone other than themselves. I would really like to see people doing random acts of kindness for anybody, strangers, it doesn't matter, someone you know, someone you don't know. I would like to see that happen because our world is very much impacted by demonic forces, and we have to go against those forces and we have to combat hate with love. And we need to do more of that. We just need to. We really do. And I know that sounds corny, but the world would be a better place with a lot more love in it instead of a lot more hate. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway. Hey, Milo, you want to come see me? Come here. He won't see me unless I have something special. Try to get him to say hi to y'all. Come here, Boo Bear. Come here, honey. He won't. Watch what I have to do. Y'all have to excuse me for a second. Okay. Now will you come see me? Look what I got. Oh. Oh my. Oh my. Look what mommy has. Uh-huh. Where's your spoon? Hold on, y'all. Where's your spoon at, honey? Oh, here it is. Okay. Here it is. Would you like some peanut butter? You like peanut butter, don't ya? You do, you do. It smells good, don't it? Mm-hmm. All right, I'll leave that there. Come here, come say hi to me. Come say hi to everybody on camera. Come here. And don't dribble everywhere, because that's yucky. Don't dribble and drool everywhere. Come here. Come here. Watch your paws. Okay, sit. Sit. Oh. Oh, don't make a mess everywhere. Come on, dude. Hey, get the peanut butter before it falls. He's a big horsey. He's like, y'all, some of y'all remember when he was a baby and he was like an itty bitty fluff ball. I mean, itty bitty. Okay. And now he's, oh gosh, probably close to 89 pounds or so. Eat your peanut butter. Eat your peanut butter. That's a good doggy. That's a good doggy. Mommy's crazy about you. And I know this might sound off the wall, but if people could do this, it would be a good thing. But they don't. I fall more in love with him every day. I fall more in love with him every single day. I do. He's just a good boy. He's just a good boy. Here, you got peanut butter right here. Look. Wait. Look back here. Look. There you go. I don't want to wear it, though. I like it, but I don't want to wear it. If that's okay with you. Good boy. Thank you. Good doggy. Yeah, I do. I fall in love with him more every day. He's just, he's outshined every other dog I've had over the past couple of years. He's the winner. I've had him the longest for 2 years, and 2 years and, let's see, 2 years and 3 months, something like that, January, February, or almost 4 months, something like that. Anyways, 2 years. Good boy. What a good pumpkin. I love it when he's tired. He's an Australian Shepherd, and honey, let me explain you something. If you don't let them run, woo, it's going to be a bad day for you. It's going to be a bad life for you. They got to get that energy off. It's like a tea kettle on the pot, on the stove. It gets hotter and hotter and whistles louder and louder until you relieve the pressure. And they're kind of like that. He's an Ossador, Australian Shepherd and Lab mix. And I'm crazy about him. I really am. I mean, don't get me wrong. He drives me nuts. Sometimes he drives me crazy. But when I get his energy off, oh, it's a good thing. It's a real good thing. So, yeah. Anyway, You guys take care. Much love. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Yeah, I want to see real love come back. I'd like to live long enough to see that happen. We respect you as a human being, your thoughts, your feelings, your hobbies. We take genuine, okay, interest in each other. I want to know who you are, what makes you tick, where are you from, where are your relatives from, especially if they're from out of the country, this and that. What's your favorite color? Which is irrelevant, but it might be when you buy a gift for this person. Um, how do you feel about relocating out of the country? How do you feel about living somewhere else? How do you feel about living outside of your city? How do you feel about relocation? Is a really good topic if you're going to have a future with somebody, because you may live in a different state from them and y'all visiting long term, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But are y'all going to do that forever? Or are you eventually going to get to the page of the person's going to live where you are? You're going to move to them, or they're going to move to you. But be careful with that. Be careful with that. To avoid being with a toxic person long term, like to prevent from marrying a person who's toxic, you need to watch their behavior while you're dating, and you cannot be afraid to dump them. So if they're starting to show selfishness, trying to insult you under the guise of joking, nah, we ain't doing that. That's disrespectful. You can't be afraid to dump somebody, because when you're wasting time with this person, if you don't hear nothing else I say, remember this. While you're wasting time with this loser, you are shutting the door and triple padlocking it for somebody who wants to be with you, but they can't because you're with the loser. So you're shutting the door to a better future when you're stuck on this one. Okay? You're shutting the door to a decent future. You gotta stop wasting your time with losers. And don't be falling in love with people. You can control that. You can control that. You can. Because once you get your heart involved, your heart overrides your brain. You need to have a happy balance of the two, where yes, you may have feelings for them. Yes, you may love them, but not to the point where you're backed against the wall because you feel so much for them that you can't get rid of them, because it's devastating. The idea of getting rid of them is devastating. Don't be afraid to dump somebody if they're toxic. You could cry in your ice cream. You could tell your best friend. You could go to your best friend's house as soon as you dump this person and cry your eyes out. She'll understand. She's been there. Or you dudes, you may need to talk to your best friend about it, or whatever the case may be. But stop clinging to people that are bad for you, because you're wasting time. Months, years, more years. So don't waste your time with a demon, because a good person's standing there waiting for you like, come on, let's go. Leave that zero and get you a hero. Come on. Take your time and watch people's behavior. Study them. Watch their voice inflection. Listen to the voice inflections. Watch their subtle body language. It really isn't that hard to decipher if this person's toxic or not. You just got to pay attention. And sometimes they'll tell you through their actions, through their conversation. I told you I went out with a loser, and all he talked about is himself, 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 himself. He is the most important topic in the world. Who has time for that shit? I don't. You're out. I never spoke to him again. And a lot of toxic people want you to chase them. I ain't chasing you. For what? For what? You know where I'm at. And if you're toxic, your chase ain't gonna work no way. Because I'm not. No. I'm not dealing with that. You lost your mind up in here. You're selfish, and I'm not dealing with it. I'm just not. So, I don't know. Y'all gotta stop wasting your time with people. Stop running back and forth to the same person, same toxic ass person. I told you I know of a guy. I coached him. He's involved with. He cannot let his. Okay. He was a drug head. He's no longer a drug head. He wants a better future for himself. And for some reason, he can't let go of his baby mama. First baby mama was a drug head. She's still a drug head. She ended up in ICU recently on a ventilator. After that, she went to a psych ward. The second one that he's, crazy glued to. She lives out of state. He flies back over there all the time. She was a drug head, is a drug head, and lied to him and said she's not. Well, he used to sell drugs and he used to do drugs, so he knows what that looks like when you're doing drugs. He's probably going to end up with another future with her because they can't leave each other the hell alone. They want to waste time with each other. Is that you? Because if you're with a toxic ass person, how can they love you when they don't love themselves? They're putting toxic shit in their body that could destroy them. It could kill them. And you stuck with that? Why? They don't even love themselves. How can they love you? If you're wasting time with the loser, somebody who don't even respect themselves, you're wasting your time. Now, can anybody tell him that? No. People have told him, you are trauma bonded to her. No. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. But he wants to be trauma bonded to her. And she is, I don't know, she manipulates him through sex too. Why do you think he's flying over there constantly? They're not going to be, looking at cartoons and eating cookies, obviously. So women who are toxic will use their V to get women to get sucked in. Like a vacuum cleaner, gets sucked right in. And men are happy to do, they happy to get sucked in because they're getting laid. And it's just asinine. You're wasting time. You're wasting a lot of time with somebody who's not even worth 5 minutes of your time. So, is that you? Are you wasting your time? With a bad person? With a loser? With somebody who don't even love theirself enough to get into rehab and to try to straighten their life out? He's got a history of being with women who are toxic. I don't think he's ever going to break that pattern. That's sad. I think he's going to waste his whole life with her. And if he were to get involved with anyone else, that's a waste of time for them because he's still stuck on the other one. So you waste time and catch feelings for him, you're wasting a whole lot of your time because he's stuck on somebody else. I'm getting warm. Like I'm always getting warm. That ain't nothing new. Hold on. You know what I mean? So if somebody were to get involved with him, that's a bad deal. Because he's stuck on the other one and he ain't never going to let her go. I'm trying to tell you, he will never let her go. Never. Honey, please. That's one thing I'm not going to do. I'm not going to waste my time. I got to tell you something else. Oh, I can't think of her name right now. She's a YouTuber. She teaches people about narcissistic abuse, what to do, what kind of crap they pull and all that, right? She was talking about the time that they will hold your hand. They're trying to manipulate you. They're trying to hoover you, trying to get on your good side because there's something that you have that they want. So try to be lovey-dovey and fake lovey-dovey and holding your hand. And I remembered when I heard her say that today, I remembered someone that I used to know who's a snake of epic proportions. He never told me that he was involved with somebody in the meetup group. This man, he was involved with him. Romantically. I got peanut butter all up and down. That's just great. He was involved with this guy, but he never told me he was involved with him. He said, oh, he's gay. I said, well, how do you know? Oh, I just know. Bullshit and triple layers of bullshit. He was doing him. And the reason I know that is because that guy was at one of our meetups, and when we were leaving, Snake Boy, hippie, grabbed my hand and strutted by him, standing real tall, like, I got somebody else right in front of your face. He don't never hold my hand. He did not hold my hand. So for him to make a point of holding my hand in front of somebody else who also happens to be gay, He was involved with him. You got to pay attention, see? They don't always tell you. Toxic people don't tell you shit. A lot of times they either overshare or they tell you only what they want you to know, and they act like, oh, I don't know, I just know, I just know, I just know, I just know. Bullshit, triple layers of bullshit. He did that shit because he was involved with him, and he was trying to show off that he was with me in front of him. You know, your intelligence is going to be a threat to a narc, because even if they don't tell you the truth, you're going to find out anyway. You'll put two and two together. They don't depend on that. They don't expect that to happen. They expect you to just walk around like, I don't know. Some of us are smart, and we're gonna put two and two together. Anyway, don't waste your time with somebody who's a loser, a ball and chain around your neck. Do you want to be happy one day or you don't? And here's the thing. I'm gonna close with this. Even if you don't find somebody, don't glue yourself to a toxic person, because that is equivalent of putting yourself in the state penitentiary and you have no parole. You giving that sentence to yourself when you glue yourself to a toxic person. You put yourself in jail, prison, with no possibility of parole, because you can't let go of this person, because you're terrified to be alone. What's so bad about you that you can't be by yourself? What's so terrible about you that you can't be alone? Something to think about. Y'all take care. Much love.